Luftgekühlt.
Luftgekühlt.
The one show that represents a complete era.
It's that sense of freedom. It's that sense of journey.
It gives you a window into where everything came from.
This is one of my favorite cities in the world. This is a proud moment being here. It's taken us a decade to get here. I think the community is going to make it all worth it.
Our first show was in 2014, and there was an idea in my mind of how to merge two different communities that I related to.
Lufgekuhlt was just a casual idea. I bought my first vintage 911 and saw an opening space where non-Porsche owners, creatives, wanted to learn about this culture. We threw a modest car party in a coffee shop, and the rest is history. The first couple of years was just every single step was another explosion of enthusiasm, more people, more cars, more ideas, and we were just sort of trying to keep up with it. We had a tiger by the tail, and there was a vibe, there was an energy, and it was really just trying to keep up with that demand.
To me, Lufgekühlt represents where Porsche came from. It started in a sawmill in Gmünd, Austria, and we're celebrating everything from that point on. It is that storyline all the way up to the last moment of air-cooled.
From 1948 to 1998, Porsches were air-cooled. They were cooled purely by the air flowing over the engine. And it created a very unique sound, especially later in the 911s. And as you accelerate in them, the engine really comes alive. It has a mechanical sound, a very special sound, a sound that made that entire air-cooled era something really unique.
The air-cooled era of Porsche represents purity, simplicity, mechanical genius, design, creativity. When you look at the history of Porsche in motorsport, it's been in the through lines of it from the start. You look back to the 356, the SL going to Le Mans, winning its class first time out, and how pure those cars were and how closely they were to what these street cars of that time were is incredible.
So much of that is transferred into the ideals, the philosophies, and the sheer driving experience of a modern car came out of that era of Luftgekühlt.
It had always been an idea to go to diverse locations and bring a community that revolved around that location into the Porsche world, and vice versa, the Porsche world into that community of whatever that host venue was. The Japanese culture is about going in head first. If they're into something or they want to learn about something, they become such an aficionado and such an expert, and there's so much passion behind it.
The car culture here in Japan is so strong. To be in Tokyo, a vibrant city, and bring in these cars that are really the roots of everything of Porsche, and then to have some of the most iconic Porsches in Japanese motorsport history here on the ground, cars that I've never been around before, that will make it a very special day for me. The thing that I look forward the most is just seeing people arrive, seeing our interpretation of what they brought and how we present it. Every Lufgekühlt has new challenges. If we can somehow capture the aura that is here of, being in the middle of such a vibrant city, that's important to me. To get 200 cars landed, it's a lot of effort, and it's not like just parallel parking everything. I want certain groups in one direction, things with special backgrounds. I just was so impressed. Japan, they showed up. They really did. We had 30 plus people just on the ground to get the cars in position. And it was such a passionate, good group of cars.
It sounds a little cliche, but in motorsport, there's so many people that put their hands onto the product, and then you take the product out onto the track and you hope for a great result. It's a collective group of humans. It's the same thing with these events, right? There's so many people putting energy behind this. When you start to think about cars and how they lay out as art on the wall and what the backdrop of that architecture is, the different colors, the palettes, being purposeful with these placements.
It's complicated because it's a big puzzle, and especially this particular venue. You know, normally we're sitting in kind of a rectangular shaped space. In this case, it goes on forever. You know, I'm on my bike chasing around for all the scenes, and I'm like one end to the other, and you go, I've traveled a long distance today.
We're standing in the middle of an expressway that wasn't long ago just full of cars commuting. And on Saturday, it will be stuffed with Porsches.
The contrast of the wooden platforms, the old cars, against a cityscape like this, that contrast is something that I really want people to capture, because this is the modern world all around us. But for one day here in Tokyo, we are going to lay out a historical presentation of where Porsche has come from.
When I look at some of these cars, they have so much detail and personality in them, and that might be, you know, modern young artists who are taking their first air-cooled car and personalizing it.
Culture is here, the fans are here, the guests responded, the car owners responded. It's really something truly special.
This is like the world-class car event I've ever been to.
今日は本当にこの素晴らしいこのイベントが大成功で本当に嬉しく思います。
特に、夜、このライトアップした時とこのポルシェとのこのコントラストが最高でした。
We're so pleased to see the turnout that we've had. That's unique. One of the first times we've had an event that's gone through to the night. So we're really looking forward to that.
I think there's aspirational brands in lots of different sectors. The story behind the brand, the story of family.
The one thing that was rooted there since the beginning was really the first time my dad came home with his only new Porsche. Slate gray, red leather interior, just a special car. And as a kid, that car drove into our driveway, and it was that moment where I thought, this is something special.
Driving as a kid was always about freedom, because there was really no one there to tell you no, and you choose where you're heading and how fast you go and how sideways you get. It's about feeling, it's about emotion, it's about that intangible. It's not something you can write down on paper. It's either there or it's not. I believe a lot in energy, and I think that when you get a lot of people from opposite worlds coming together into the same space, sort of takes down all that stigma, it takes down any bit of that arrogance, and everybody's the same, right? Like we're here having a good time, gathering and celebrating these great cars.